And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Denise Kavaliauskas. So, yeah, I've been practicing that, everybody, for about 3 minutes now. Now, Denise, you have been on here before, and it's great to have you back because you know what it's like, sadly do I, to be married to somebody with this personality disorder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't diagnose, and I know you don't either, but we
Right.
we know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And only when you've lived it and really understood it can you, I think, truly help other people. So
Yeah.
take it away, Denise. Tell us how you help people. Just tell us about you and what you do.
So thank you, Claudia. Thank you for having me here. And I love sharing this message with audiences because, like you said before you hit record, we're not the only ones. It is very much needed. And there's so many women and men who are going through this where they have attracted a narcissistic personality partner. So yes, I don't diagnose. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I don't do any of the legal stuff. And so my experience is that I lived with somebody who showed very strong narcissistic behaviors for over 20 years. I have 2 children with him. And when I left him, here's the other thing that, Claudia, people may not know is because narcissistic abuse, the physical part is not there. I didn't know he was showing up that way. I didn't know I was in an abusive relationship. Like, I didn't know any of that because the physical part was rarely there, very rarely, like maybe a handful of times. And that's one of the messages that I share with people, that is still domestic violence. So married for over 20 years, 2 children. Part of my story is escaping him, leaving him with nothing but a futon couch and an air mattress, and moving from South Florida here to North Carolina and rebuilding my life back up again. And at that time, I had no clue of anything about relationships and how you even do that. It was literally just one step at a time. But thankfully, the universe has my back, and I got those breadcrumbs that I was following, which led me to my healing journey. And so healing my heart, which I never even knew that was even a thing before, right? Because I left a 22-year relationship, came here, and after a few months, I was like, all right, let's get back into the dating game. Let's get back into not having a clue of like, hold up, Denise, wait a minute. Whoa. You just went through traumatic events in that relationship. The only way for you to get back into another relationship is to pause and heal from those experiences that you went through so that you don't get into a similar or even worse relationship than the one that you just came out of. And that's what I see women do. I'm sure you see that too, Claudia, is that when their lessons weren't learned from the past, then we repeat it, right? So that's pretty much how I came here and escaped and rebuilt my life, healed my heart, healed from that experience. That's how I'm able to talk about him and talk about the most horrible parts of that relationship without, breaking down into the ugly cry like I used to, because it's so traumatic and it's heartbreaking, especially when the kids are involved, right? Because that's the big heartbreaker. So now, 2026, it's been 10 years that I've been coaching women and men to heal their hearts, to heal from narcissistic abuse, and to divorce, how to win at divorcing a narcissist. Because going into court, the courts are actually set up and designed to keep the 2 people fighting. And that keeps a repeat customer, that keeps the money rolling in. And it creates more trauma and drama for not only the victim of the situation, but also the children, because the children have no voice, they have no say. So that's where my focus is now, is helping women in that position, because that just lights me up, because I know that I can help them. I know that I can show them a way out of the system, a way out of the whole divorce thing, for them to experience a peaceful divorce, even though their ex is super toxic.
Okay, so that is really helpful, because obviously my situation, I was in England, so I don't know the laws here, and every state is different.
Yes.
With the laws. So what I'm hearing is that in the state of North Carolina, they are encouraging the family still to be at one unit, and it will just go on and on and on.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And at what point do they think that's okay for the children to be and witness and be in that kind of environment, that toxic environment? Because it very much is, because nobody, in my experience, understands it, because they think, oh, they're so charming, they're so lovely,
Yes.
they're like a lovely teddy bear.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't see that. And so you're going, you start self-doubting. Well, is it me? Is it me? And it's very invidious. And it's like Chinese water torture. And I remember, Denise, being that big. You know, like it was like, I used to ask, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay? Checking suddenly.
Yep. Same.
What's that about?
Yep. Yeah. So it's a power dynamic, right? It's the abuser making, I'll just use him, like, because you and I were both married to men, him positioning himself over, powering over us, right? And so then we start to think, just like you were talking about before, the belief system, conditioning, and being hypnotized into thinking, I have to ask permission. Because if I don't ask permission, like I did it before, there's consequences to my behavior of not asking permission for this or that or whatever. I remember doing the same thing. And I knew if I didn't ask permission, there was going to be hell to pay.
Absolutely. And this is really fun. I'm so pleased you did use, you got that when we were discussing about hypnosis, is a belief system. And that is what I did. I had this belief system going on, and I'd hypnotized myself, as does everybody else, that it must be us. I'm wrong.
Right.
I need to ask for permission. I need to check first before I buy some new plates. I remember I need to check first before I spend any money. I need to check first. Is it okay if our son does tennis lessons? Because how dare I make that kind of, decision without their permission? So it's, as you say, or there'll be all hell to let loose. And so I'm so confused here then, that the law here in North Carolina is okay with that it's okay for a man or a woman to have that much intimidation over another person, because that's what it's like.
Yeah. It's literally, you have to wait a year and have to have 2 separate addresses here in North Carolina before you can even file for divorce. Where some states, you don't have to have that. You can just file for divorce and you can just proceed with the divorce. But I've even spoken to some divorce attorneys here locally, and they told me that even it could be divided into counties. Like one county will have different laws about divorce than the other county. But I know overall for the state of North Carolina, you do have to have 2 separate addresses for a year, which is so confusing. And so, the point of North Carolina doing that is to, like you just said, keep the family together, give it another try or whatever. But people who go for divorce, they know that Claudia, it's a long thought out process. It is not a quick reaction. We don't just wake up one morning and go, today's the day.
No, you'd already left in your head anyway. You were just, well, I know I was just waiting for him to say the next thing, and where it was like, Okay, bye.
Walking on eggshells. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because he was the one who said he was okay. And it's really hard. So Denise, how do you help these women? And just walk me through a general scenario of what it looks like in your, when somebody starts to work with you.
So most women come to me, Claudia, already hired and possibly fired attorneys. They're already in the mess. Things have already gotten really ugly in the situation. And that's usually when they come to me. So from that point, I meet them where they're at and I help them untangle what's already happened. So when I say untangle, energetically is what I mean. So like they come to me feeling desperate. They come to me feeling so defeated, like I'm losing this game, I'm losing, he's winning, my kids are going to be taken away. Or some of them, I've even had women who are already paying child support to him. He already has the majority of the custody of the children. And so energetically, that feels very tight, very clenched, very dense, and very dark. And so I show them how to get out of that energy. And when I say energy, what also slash frequency, slash vibration, slash consciousness, because that where they're at is what is called abuser victim consciousness. So what's happening energetically is that the women who come to me are consciously matching, they're energetically matching the abuser, because every abuser has to have a victim and every victim has an abuser. So they come to me with this matching energy to the abuser. And what I help them do is rise up out of that consciousness so that energetically they're no longer matching, right? And what happens is, I've been doing this for 10 years now, and one of two things always happens with my clients. Either he will fall away, meaning he's out of her life, he doesn't mess with her anymore, he goes away, or like he moves away or finds new narcissistic supply or whatever, or he will rise up, not to the level of where she's at, but he will at least rise up and be civil, be, they can co-parent and things like that. So that's how I help them when they come to me in that scenario. When this is who I speak to, because I try so hard to get women to talk to me first before they hire the divorce attorney, because I know that they're about to fall into the divorce trap. That's what I call it. Because Claudia, when you go into that scenario and your emotions and everything is all chaotic, I say this: you can't divorce the narcissist from the version of you who is being abused by the narcissist. Yeah. So I try to talk to the women before they get to the attorney, because if I can get to them there, I call that the sweet spot of divorce. Now, from that point where they haven't made any divorce moves, so there's not this big thing that we need to untangle, from that point, I help them go through the entire divorce process, having a smooth divorce, having a peaceful divorce, because I got to show them how to get their energy and their thought process and their beliefs under a different up here, not matching here. Because also when you look at the whole family law system, the court system, the whole divorce industry is in that lower level of consciousness. It's very dense and dark and clenched, and it's fight, battle. They use those words in it, right? So if they hire me at that point, then there's nothing to untangle first. So they get to experience a whole different type of divorce than somebody who's come to me who already was in a mess, so to speak.
Yeah. It's, I know we both see people who have been with narcissists, male and female, and you're right. It goes across the board.
Absolutely.
And it is interesting because I have found, and you may have done too, that a narcissist is only happy if they are either persecuting somebody or if they are the victim.
Absolutely. Yep.
And so it's suddenly all happening to them. And now you're the bad one. And that is where children can get very, very confused and terribly, terribly hurt. And I must admit, I will do everything I can to help parents and the children get through that bit. Which is why I wrote my book, A Parent's Journey, and the bunny talk process in there, so that there is a communication skill that parents can use with their child, especially if they're little. And it's and it's got 10 best things you might like to ask yourselves before you even get married.
Yes. Oh, that's a whole nother topic, right?
Before you even have children, it's like,
yes,
check those first. And
beautiful.
Are you singing on the
Beautiful.
same hymn sheet? Because if we had done that, I'd have realized, whoop, we're those opposing magnets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
And
so true.
and then it's got best practice when there's a divorce, and then it's best practice when there's stepchildren because of remarriage. And people have done that as well. They've got children, so it's when the children all come together. So it's a very short book. It's very useful because parents don't have time to read, so it's snappy.
Yeah.
And then it's got the process in it that I developed with my daughter, an anchoring into a resourceful state, which is what she was able to do. But that was over as something else because I'm actually still married to her dad. But it's it's so distressing for families and so many women, because you were 20 years. I if you like, got out before it got to 8 years. And I remember, and I don't know if you still have this, I remember having nightmares for a long time afterwards, nightmares that I was still married to him. And I'd wake up in the morning and go, oh, thank goodness it was just a dream.
Yeah.
That relief that wasn't my life anymore. I don't know if that ever happened to you.
I did have dreams. I didn't have nightmares. My daughter did. My daughter had nightmares. Now, my daughter had a different experience. She was in the next room when her dad attempted to take his life. So that's one of the traumas that occurred. So she did have nightmares, and I had dreams about him, but they weren't, I wouldn't say nightmares. I had dreams that I was still married to him. We were in the past and things like that. And then wake up and go, thank God. But I wouldn't say nightmares or night terrors. That was something that my daughter did experience.
Oh, bless her. Yeah. And she's okay now?
Yeah. She's okay. She's doing
right.
much, much better now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many things that people can do. There is cord cutting. There's so many energy things that people can do. And, I use hypnosis as a tool, but I also use a lot of havening because I'm a certified havening practitioner, and, other bilateral eye movements to help people so that they can release it because it's got to be that cathartic release. Yes. Because it's got to get out somehow. Because
that's the key.
Because we've been, I remember just like being like that, and I'd changed. I remember my parents saying, "Where's our sunshine gone? Where's our sunshine gone?"
Yeah, they're soul sucking. That is true.
Yeah, it is. It's sad. And anybody watching this who is in a relationship like that, Denise or I can help you. It's just know there's people out there who get you, who will listen and go, yeah. And I always say, right. And I always say, Claudia, like, for people who are looking for somebody, shop. To have a conversation with me, or have a conversation with Claudia, or have a conversation with somebody else that you see or meet, and feel this is what it's all about. Because also the other part of this is very codependent. And so I tell women that I'm going to show you, but
this is not a codependent relationship. We're kind of like that mama kicking the baby bird out of the nest, right? Like, I've taught you what to do, and now
Nice.
I'm pushing
I
you out
agree with
fly.
you, Denise. Yeah, I give techniques and strategies so that people can manage it themselves.
Yes,
because
right.
it's not about disabling somebody even more. It's about that word, empowering them, so that they aren't an inch, they can be this big.
Yes, exactly.
And
be free from the codependency, because if they have a codependency with a partner or hiring somebody like you or me and have a codependency relationship, then they're just continuing that that's the relationship that they think is normal, is that codependency. And so what you just shared, I got like free, they can be free and have freedom to be independent for themselves.
Absolutely. And understand, everybody, that sometimes you might need to feel as though you're breaking first before you shine.
Yes.
And and sometimes that's how it can feel. And I'm sure you heard that breaking then. That is what it can feel. People say, I feel broken. I am broken.
Yeah.
And I get them to break this. And I go, sometimes we have to break in order to shine. I got that from a friend of mine.
Love that.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's
I love visuals.
Yeah, I know. And and you can hear it as well.
Yeah.
So yes, it's about thriving, not surviving. It's about now thriving and getting you to be all you can be in spite of this happening, and knowing that you can shine. And there really is life afterwards. So it may not feel like it right now, and you may not think you can get to see the wood for the trees. And we both know what that was like too.
Yeah. But here we are on the other side. And I always tell women, if I did it, so can you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, well, I'll get your details in the show notes, Denise, and so people can give you a call, because people need to know that. And even if you're thinking about, this is my life, but what do I do? And I always say, start planning now, get a plan, and then move forward with it.
Absolutely.
And then, so call me, call you, just get the plan in place, get your, if you like, ducks in a row, know that you are going to start building yourself up. And so that it becomes like this is what I'm able to get people to do. It's like, la, 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 la. No, I do not give your bad behavior permission to change the way I feel, because you've got this. That's why I give people a boundary around them. And that's what I have against mine. It's like, no, just no.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not anymore.
No. Not today.
Yeah. So it's like, nope. And every day's a new day. So again, it's nope.
Yeah.
One day at a time. One day at a time. And you have, you've got, people who can help. So just know that, please.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on here, Denise. And thank you for watching, everybody. It's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Denise. So take care, everybody. Bye.